I routinely scan Right Wing Watch for fun videos that we could talk about on the channel, and I have a whole bunch of other YouTube places where I go and look for things. And it must be weird for the people that try to give me related videos sometimes, because I'll go and watch a Kevin Logan video about something, and then next thing you know, I'm getting a video from anarcho-capitalists and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, this is the one that also throws off my search results, and that's Josh Bernstein. You know, we've had a on-again, off-again relationship with Josh Bernstein, and I'm sure he's going to hear this one and talk to us about it.
It's been kind of one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's talked to us a bunch. never in reciprocating. And I honestly thought about potentially flagging this video of his because it sounded like an incitement to violence. But at the same time, I realized, you know, somebody could probably make the same conclusion about us if they heard something we said. But I'm not going to flag people because that's just petty to me. You should be able to fight unless they are actually specifically threatening somebody or something in particular, saying that,
sure,
hey, I'm going to attack this place at this time and I'm going to do this, you know. That's where you have to draw the line on YouTube, especially. But he's going to talk to us about the midterm elections, what's going to happen if the Democrats win.
Okay.
And with him being a hard right a-hole, you could just imagine what he's going to
I'm
say.
sure.
I mean, okay, so here we go.
Do whatever you can, because this is so important. All of the progress of the last 2 years, gone if we lose Congress.
Well, you realize there's two different parts of Congress, right? There's
right,
House and
right.
Senate.
But do you know the main reason? The main reason it would go so quickly? Because there hasn't been any progress.
Yeah, I mean, for the last...
We can undo it because very easy to undo all the crappy things.
Like 6 years of Obama with nothing being accomplished, and now 2 years of Trump with nothing being accomplished. People are kind of ready for America to progress. You know, we're ready for... We've had like almost a whole decade of nothing fucking happening except rich people getting richer. And so everybody's kind of tired of that shit. Everybody's kind of tired of stuff costing way too much money, of not having enough money to pay for bills, rent being too high, groceries being too expensive, all this shit, not being able to have health care. They're not being able to afford college anymore. I mean, fuck, I look at some older people when they went to college and it was like $50 a semester. And nowadays, even for a cheap local college here, it's like $2,000 a semester.
Yeah. Well, and even when you balance a lot of those things out for inflation, it was like $50 then, which would be like $700 now.
Still like almost 3 times as much as what we're currently paying.
Yeah.
Back then, people could have a job that was just a kind of a shit job, working at like a gas station or working at a grocery store, and still make enough money to come home and fucking put bacon on the table. They knew how to earn money and be able to invest it wisely into stuff. Can't do that anymore. Shit, the car that I just bought, basic ass car, and it's still like over $20,000. It's fucked up, man. No fucking car. I mean, I remember looking at magazine ads, and like Volkswagens, like the second gen Volkswagens were like $9,000 or $8,000, like in the early 90s and stuff, or they would be late 80s at that point. But at the same time, that same car now goes for like 20 something thousand. It's fucked up. Like things cost easily 3 times as much as they used to. So yes, we're ready to progress, and yes, we're going to make all your progress gone. Yeah, there's been no progress except for rich people getting richer.
Right.
I cannot stress how important that is. Again, they have no desire to make your lives any better. They have no desire to protect you. They have no desire to do anything. And the bottom line is, they have disdain for you.
I'm going to give you a quick little note here, Josh. When you are doing a show where it involves you having to look at a camera, like I'm currently doing right now to the wonderful people in YouTube land, and people on podcasts, I'm sorry you're not be able to see this, but I'm talking directly at the camera. When you want to make your point and you want to read something, you need to put that object as close to where the camera is So you're not doing this the entire time where you're like, look down, look back up at the camera, say the 2 lines that I just memorized, and then look down, then look back up. No. There's a lot of times on this show, I just have to glance a little bit over to one direction, just a little bit. Or you can use your peripheral vision to read some stuff as long as you make the type big enough. There's ways of doing this, and you can do it pretty damn well. But
just know what you're saying beforehand.
Yeah. Not everything has to be scripted. I mean, we get shit so much from people on the show that reply to the show sometimes where they're like, did you guys not plan any of this out? Or, did you not script any of this out? Like, no, we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants and we're just talking about what we're going through, what we're talking about here. I may have watched this stuff that he's talking about and may have had some ideas in my brain, but that's where they usually stay, is in my brain. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yes, we have disdain for the people that voted for Trump. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you voted for President Trump, they hate you. Point blank. They hate you.
I don't know. My dad voted for Trump.
I don't know.
I don't hate him.
I don't know. I don't know if I would go so far as to say that. We are.
I hate how ignorant you are.
We're a little upset. We're a little upset. We're a little sad and.
Oh, don't be so British about it.
Maybe a little angry about it. It's the ones that 2 years in after all this shit, the ones that still support him, like what is he at? Like 30, 20, or 25% or so?
Yeah, some ridiculously low number of people that actually like him,
Yeah.
And at this point, these people are religious. This is a cult to them. This
right.
is a man that can do no wrong.
It's about as low as it can get. Those are the people that we could classify as hating, but it's like mild hate. It's like how you hate mayonnaise or Miracle Whip.
Most people that I've talked to that had supported Trump at one time and now don't support him, they just have this kind of cringy look and feel about themselves where they're just like, fuck, he was the only candidate I wanted to vote for because I vote Republican every time, but at the same time, God, he made me look like an asshole, And yeah, he did. You cannot forgive any of the shit that he's doing anymore. Everything now is just him being King Petty, is all it is.
Right.
Anyway, Josh, what else are you going to say?
Because they picked a certain candidate, a lying, dying witch.
We didn't pick that's not how it works. The people that voted for Hillary, we voted for her in the primary. Yeah, some of us did. Not everybody did. It still falls on the super delegates to determine who's going to be the candidate.
To a degree. At least at that point. Yeah.
I wanted Bernie. I'll be honest about it. I wanted Bernie to win. But at the same time, I realized that when he didn't get the nomination and he said on live television, she's the candidate, vote for her, that you move the fuck on and you vote for the best of the two option there.
Yeah.
You don't fucking wait for my purity test to go through and be, I'm not going to vote for this person, or being a sinner lord and saying, oh, well, both sides are bad. Fucking, I am so tired of sinner lords, but it's not how it works. We don't pick who runs. They are the ones that throw their hat into the ring, and then it's up to us.
Right. We pick from the people who have decided to run.
Yes, exactly.
That's the way that goes.
Lying, tired old witch.
Right.
Oh God,
right.
Who's he talking about?
Right.
Gee,
but I just want to point out here, the Republicans had a lot more, a much larger field of candidates to choose from.
18, I think they did. Because
in case you forgot that wonderful circus of a primary.
I miss Herman Cain. I know he wasn't 2016, but I miss Herman Cain. But
I mean, you actually had some decent candidates in there.
Ben Carson was running at that time.
God.
Oh, how delightfully idiotic that man was.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Santorum was running again, and you had, my God, there was so many bad people. Carly Fiorina was running at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it was a clown car, and everybody's like, oh, Trump's running. Yeah, he always runs. He's not going to win. There's a reason we thought he wasn't going to win. And it's not because we have a rigged election or anything. It's because How the fuck does the idiot in the room get to be elected president? Anyway, back to Josh here.
The most corrupt candidate in history to run for the presidency, and you saw through it?
Yeah, we saw through your Trump being the most corrupt person in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw right through that.
Yeah, most of us did.
I think he's talking about Hillary. I think he's trying to say that Hillary was
he's trying
corrupt.
to talk about Hillary. Gotcha. The person
and
who
you
got
rejected.
Gotcha.
You rejected their choice. So they're pissed about that. They say, how dare you reject our choice? That was our choice. We know what's best for the American people. We know what's best for you.
3 million votes ahead of Trump in that election, and
easily,
a huge chunk of the population that was undecided and didn't vote. I mean, no, we're not saying we know what's best. Everybody votes for the candidate that they think is going to be the best for the country, except for the Republicans sometimes, where it seems like their major impetus is owning the libs. You know?
Yeah, that was a big one this time.
Oh, are you triggered? Ha. God damn it, man.
And you went against our judgment? How dare you? We will get back at you. We will make your life a living hell. We will remove your president. We will nullify your vote in 2016 because we know what's best for the country.
No, but because we know that there's 3 different fucking, it's a 3-branch government. It's a
right.
If
this is how things work.
That's how they're supposed to work.
You don't get to just remove somebody from office because you don't like them.
Hey Josh, how is your side having all 3 branches of government fucking conquered right now working for you? How's that going? Are you getting a lot accomplished? Are you doing a bunch of things? That's what I thought. Yeah, you know. If Trump really wanted to, he could have had just about every bill that he wanted done passed by now. But he's feckless. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's the snotty, arrogant, mean-spirited attitude that 99.999% of liberals have in America.
Let's see. Out of the 56 million, if it's 99.999, that's like 1,000, or no, let's see, 1/10, 100,000, 1,000th of a percentage point. So carry the 1, do the, hey, that's a big fuck you there. You know, I'm not going to do the math. No, let's just put it this way, Josh. Not everybody thinks that Hillary was God and that she would have made the best candidate for the president of the United States. And because you didn't vote her in, we're going to take out your president. The only reason your president is going down in flames right now is because he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
Well, that's part of it. I mean, it's also, the fact that he's a criminal is also a big part of it.
That has a huge chunk to do with it.
That has a big chunk to do with it.
I mean, if he would have went on TV and not have said to Lester Holt that he fired Comey for the FBI investigation into his presidency, you know, that would have gotten rid of the whole fucking obstruction of justice investigation that's going on right now.
It would have slowed it down. It really would have slowed it down.
Oh, but what's going to happen? Why are you talking about the libs so hard here, buddy? What are you trying to say?
Towards anyone that exercised their right to vote for who they wanted to vote for and voted for President Trump. And don't think anything different, because that's exactly the truth.
Oh, thanks for telling us what to think.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
Didn't he just rail against people telling other people what to think? And that's
he did. And then he's telling everybody what to think. Of course.
How wonderfully Orwellian of you, sir.
So that's it. That's the bottom line. We have a situation that is so desperate, so dangerous. If these people, God forbid, take over, it's just going to be a disaster. I mean, I really can't say it any other way.
Now, here comes the language that I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
I just want to warn people, here it comes.
And if they do try to impeach this president, it's not going to be pretty, folks. There are millions of Americans like myself and the people watching this show that absolutely...
You don't have millions of people watching your show. Nope.
No,
don't even
not.
try. Don't even try to do that. We have no qualms about the fact that we have like 2,600 subscribers, and we know not every one of them watches every one of our videos. But at the same time,
of course,
we don't have any kind of airs about like we're actually reaching a huge fucking audience, especially when we're talking about your derpy ass. Let's just hear what he's going to say. Sorry, I just had to interrupt there.
Absolutely love President Trump. He's done amazing things. Amazing things. He has accomplished things that no president has ever accomplished in his first 2 years.
That is true. That is true. He has, but not in a good way.
I want him to like give me 3 examples of things, and it can't be made the economy better, because we already know that the economy is the one that you inherit. It's only
it's what you inherit, but it's actually slowing down significantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to crash on his watch. It really is. Because that's what fucking happens.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the audacity to try to take that away from us?
Here it comes.
Go ahead and try it. Bring it on, liberals. Come on. Bring it on. You want a revolution? You try to impeach our president?
He's everybody's president. You do know that. You do know that, right, Josh? He's everybody's president.
Yeah.
We realize that our candidate didn't win. When will you guys fucking realize that Hillary didn't win? When are you guys going to realize that? It is everybody's president, and that's been one of my major fucking strikes against this guy, is that he's not doing a goddamned thing to try to bring this country together. After elections, presidents are supposed to heal the wounds, put a little bit of salve on it, and say, okay, time to get to work implementing what I want to do with this country. No. Yeah. Immediately from the point past the election, we have nothing but just insane fucking rhetoric and blaming the other side. Hillary did this. Democrats are bad. News media is evil. Alternate facts.
Oh yeah,
fuck, there's been an assault.
I'm hearing almost just as much about Hillary from the Republicans than that we did during the election.
And you ask them to bring up any kind of like Trump talking point or anything that they want to talk about politics wise.
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to talk about, certain scandals that are happening with this president. Just watch how quickly they jump to Clinton. They always they always say that we have some sort of Trump derangement syndrome. No, you guys have fucking Clinton on your brain all the time. I listen to a couple of local podcasts where they talk to the conservatives, and every other word is fucking Bill or Hillary Clinton's. They did this, they did that. And it's like, we're not fucking talking about that. This isn't whataboutism. Let's talk about the fucking orange guy in the office right now.
That's all they have left now.
Okay, so what's going to happen, Josh?
And you will see the most violent, bloodiest revolution in the history of the United States. Now, I'm not making any veiled threats. I'm letting you know the reality of the situation. The American people that voted for this president will feel slighted. They'll feel cheated. They'll feel depraved.
Wait.
They'll feel depraved?
Aren't they? Wait, did you... He used the wrong word.
He did. I think he intended...
He meant deprived. But...
He meant deprived, but he did say depraved, and depraved. Sorry, they're already... They're already that.
Yeah, finger on the nose. You got it right on the mark there, buddy.
Deprived, I meant.
Yeah, you caught yourself. Yeah, a little bit too late.
Yeah.
And robbed of their vote if you try to do this.
Well, we're not trying to do anything. We're using the tools that were set out by the founding fathers that were based in the Constitution to remove a bad person from office. It's not like we're trying to... It's not like we want to impeach a president. I was against it when they fucking did it against Clinton. I'm not a fan of removing people from office forcibly. And I honestly don't think that the Democrats should do it if we win the House in the fall. in a couple of months, if we win the House and we bring in a new Congress in January, I don't think their first order of business for the House should be to fucking try to impeach the guy, because A, you're not going to convict because you don't have enough votes in the Senate. I mean, maybe I'll be surprised when this happens in November. Maybe I'll be surprised in that we will have the votes for that kind of thing. But at the same time, you're also talking exactly like this guy is here, where you're going to have 53 million Americans where they're going to be pissed the fuck off if you kick the guy out of office, instead of having it be the next election come around and have people vote for the right president that they want. But this is our bed that we shit in, and now we just have to keep sleeping in it for the next 2 years. The best thing that we could possibly do is to we could put a cork up our assholes and keep more shit from coming out.
We can try, but we also have to just... you don't just decide to impeach a sitting president. And the way things are going right now, they really need to just wait for all these investigations to conclude, to see if anything's handed over to the Department of Justice or to Congress.
Yeah,
Let that go, because that's where impeachable offenses are going to come from.
Yep, and we will have subpoena power in the House if we take the House, which is looking more and more likely.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got for Josh. He talks on and on and on and on for a lot more after that, but that's about all I can take of this guy. I mean, this is already a 21-minute video. Jesus Christ! But
21 minutes about with somebody who doesn't understand how
doesn't understand politics.
Doesn't understand politics. Doesn't understand how the government works, or how the representative republic works, and as far as voting goes, or how impeachment proceedings work.
Doesn't understand,
or even how a revolution actually works.
I think keyboard warriors and people actually strapping themselves with weapons is going to be we're not going to have a repeat of the Civil War, because there's not going to be a standing army of the South unless you somehow get Trump people to take over bases and play. No,
it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen, guys. And your AR-15s are not going to do a goddamn thing against fucking miniguns, dude. It's not going to be a bloody revolt, because it'll be put down before it even fucking goes anywhere. And first of all, you have to get the people off their asses in order for them to do this kind of thing. And most people are more worried about when they're going to go to the Chuckarama or to the Golden Corral next than worried about whether they're going to be armed insurrection. They may talk a good game of it, but they're not actually going to follow through one fucking lick. So,
and not even to mention the fact that we don't even know what the economic situation of the country is going to look like
in 2 years,
in 2 years or 6 months, or even by the end of this year. So you never know.
My guess is not good.
If people are too worried about how they're going to feed themselves and their families, I don't think they're going to be so worried about an armed revolution.
Yep.